Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Jess and today's topic will be about what does your soul family want you to know. There are 4 groups to choose from. Group 1 with the agate, natural agate, group 2 with the flower agate, group 3 with the amazonite, and group 4 with the sodalite. So if you need a moment to find out which group you feel most drawn to, which can at times be more than one, you can pause the video or wait for a meditation moment. The timestamps for each group are in the description box down below, and I will see you in your reading. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading. So we will be looking into what does your soul family want you to know. So let's get started. I feel for this group there's going to be a little bit more of a deep message, but we will find out. What does group 1 soul family want them to know? What does your soul family want you to know? In between worlds. The first message that I'm getting is that they are wanting to tell you, like, if you are not in contact or if you don't know them yet, there is a significant, like, soon to be arriving kind of soul family member. So which soul family member does not necessarily say like they are like your biological family, but they are the family or the tribe that you are vibing with the most. I really feel like this card specifically is really telling, like, really it's really giving me the feeling of like we are very close. Like you may think that we are very far apart, but we are not. 5 of course these could be specific numbers, days, ages, but 5 also signifies to me the more 5s you see, the bigger of a change you're gonna get. Like the more your spirit guides or even your soul family wants you to know that you are not gonna stay in this whatever you are in right now forever, and that things are gonna change and shift significantly. What does your soul family want you to know? I'm gonna look in the book for a second to see what other message needs to come through, and here we are. So this card is in honor of those who walk on the edge between two worlds. Edge walkers can have a hard time functioning in the structures set out for them because part of their job is to blur the lines that hold us in form. They may feel crazy, like how did I get here and why? When you are neither one nor the other, there can be a loss of belonging and a difficulty to feel grounded. Okay, part of your magic is that you are not all hair. Wouldn't it be easy to just fit into place and go about your life with ease, like you are just floating on through? Unfortunately, that's not for you. Not laughing at you. Not just how it's being said. Like, that's just not for you. Sorry. It doesn't mean that you won't find peace in your life, which can very much be a reality for you. Part of your job by having a connection to a world. By the way, I'm very much being called to say, sorry for interrupting, is that this can also be connected like a real-time job, like work, career that you are in, like you feel like you do not belong where you are working. So if that is the case, then this is a confirmation for you, like this is maybe not where you want to work. Part of your job by having a connection to a world outside of ours is to bring wisdom, but discovering new truths isn't always easy for people to stomach. So with this new knowledge, try to be gentle, even when you feel like you must crush down every falsehood in front of you. So I feel like, again, this is, to me, like oracle cards, you can put your own interpretation to it, and with anything, actually. But I feel like this is a significant like feeling of being close to a certain family member, a certain soul family, soul tribe, someone who is your soulmate. And it doesn't necessarily, do not necessarily mean, soulmates do not necessarily mean like a romantic partner. Soulmates can be on a what's that word? Non-romantical non-romantic level. There's a specific word. Platonic. Thank you, Spirit. So I feel like you're very close to meeting them, That is the first message that is coming through. And I also feel like you may have never really connected with where you have been born or where you have lived, or how you are in your life right now. It feels like there's a disconnect because you are also kind of, which is actually not a bad disconnect, because right now I'm being reminded, Spirit is telling me like, that this disconnect is not because you do not fit in or this world is not meant for you, but this disconnect is from, to remind you that this is not where you need to be. This is not where you have to stay. This is not something that, if something is not in alignment with you, then you do not need to try to fit yourself into a box that is just too small, or something that is just, you know, trying to fit the puzzle pieces, but the puzzle pieces do not belong in that space or that area. It belongs somewhere else in a more complicated way, but I guess maybe. But if you feel like life is complicated, then I feel like you're not in the right, well, not path, but well, the thing is, what I want to remind you of is that because we are able to feel that we are disconnected in the first place, we are able to understand that something is not meant for us. So we are already on the right path to, further alignment with what is, really true to us and what is really right and where we need to be and what we need in our lives. So even if you feel like some things are not right, it is actually the exact, reason why I think you're so close to, or it's not just thinking, why I really feel like you are very close and your soul family really wants to remind you, like, you are getting closer and closer to understand that something in your current situation is not your real truth, is not what really aligns with you, is not what belongs in your life, whether it be people, whether it be, situations, whether it be, the animals that you've met so far, those belonged into your life, that's for sure. But the situations, the people around you, the circumstances, the job, the career, something is just not in alignment, whether it be all of the, of the above, all that I mentioned, or like one or two single things that I mentioned. Something is not right and you know it, you feel it, and that is actually a very positive sign. So congratulations. Okay, so what does your soul family want you to know? I guess we're gonna get two cards. We have Nurture. So we have the Empress, which this is not a tarot deck, but sensuality. So we have, I do never understand these signs. I just don't. I think it's either water or earth. I don't know. I just don't know. So let me just look in the deck what the deck has to say. I need a sip of my drink. And it's the element of earth and the element of fire. Okay. It's cool that they are saying it because I won't know. So let me see if I can find out. Oh no, you're not gonna tell me what page. Okay. Wait, but they did say like fire. So let me see. Earth 79, 97. Oops. Oh right. Okay. So let's see. I keep hearing the song Lighthouse by, oh my gosh, what's her name? And it's not a very, at least not to me, it's not a very known song. I'm gonna look it up, because, okay, let me see. Lighthouse, Life is Strange. No, not life coaching, Life is Strange. Okay. Oh, not that Lighthouse. I meant the song. No. I don't even know if it was meant for that, like that song. All I know is that a Let's Play that I watched used this song at the end of their episodes. Like, I'm sorry it's taking so long, or I don't know what you're doing. I mean, whether you're like literally waiting. Lighthouse, Anna Christel, or something like that. What? What's her name? I was actually right? You gotta be kidding me. No, I was right. I'm looking it up on my phone. 1 second. Yeah, I'm just looked it up on Google. Anna Christel, Lighthouse. It's a really nice song. I really suggest listening to it. I actually need to download that song again. Okay, so I'm hearing that song in my head. Nurture. Let's see. Pictured. No. What have you been ignoring that needs care? Spiritually speaking, neglect depletes the opulence, and nurturing restores the well-being. Consider how you can shift your thoughts and behavior and create a more provisional environment. There's always someone who could use some nurturing energy from you. And I feel like mostly for this reading in general, like for every group that I also did not do yet, I feel like it's mostly the messages, what they really want to tell you about them, or what they really want you to know about you, or something. And I really am being called again, like, if you are not happy at your job, switch. I know it's a little bit of an easy way for me to say it, like, just switch your job. Like, it's obviously not always that easy, and I definitely wouldn't understand because I don't have a job. So but that's what's coming through. Like, if you really do not feel satisfied with where you are in your life, shift and make changes so you're able to let in the things that are aligned with you. I wanted to look something up, right? I wanted to look up 2 words because I don't know what they are. And if I don't know what they are, or if I do know what they are, then I am able to understand. So what is opulence? Riches, wealth, luxuriance, abundance, plenty. Okay. Depletes the opulence. I still need to learn that word, obviously. And the other one is provisional. Arrange your existing for the present, possibly to be changed later. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna, remember those words, but if I want to be reminded of it, I could just go back to Google Translate. One of my favorite apps. Anyway. And then we have sensuality, which is the fiery element. I feel like it's, oh no. Okay. Up here, I just saw a card. Beauty, caring deeply for another. There is a creative and loving side within you that can express itself beautifully if you allow it to. The pomegranate, has long been a symbol of sensuality and fertility. There's an abundance of seeds covered in fruit, a deep, rich scarlet color. The red vessels and pithy, I don't know how to pronounce that, partitions resemble the human heart. Oh, really? Yeah, okay, so if I do think about the words in my own way, because I sometimes forget to kind of just try and remember how I connect to the words. Okay, so nurture, I just heard intelligence, so I feel like that could be significant, or, whatever. I I strained a little bit of a muscle or whatever in my hand. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying the wrong words. You know, when you're trying to say something and you say words that are actually not really what you're trying to say, but that's how you connect to it. Like, so let's just say someone, I don't know how to explain it, but let's just say someone wants to, you know, sensuality word for, would for me be more of like, something that more connects to physical intimacy, you know, on a sexual level, and sensuality will be more of the word for me to use. And other words I will either not know or I will just not connect to that meaning anyway. Maybe not important, but I don't know. Now I'm hearing a German song. It's called Shit Melody, literally, like, well, not literally because it's obviously German, so by Kirsten Ott. It's about, like, again, I'm hearing this song, again, I'm being reminded of you not being here anymore, you know, stuff like that. Like, again, that stupid shit melody. I'm hearing it again and again, and then when it's settled down, then I hear it from the balcony next door, from a neighbor's, and you're being reminded over and over again of someone. Excuse me, what is happening with my throat today? By the way, how is the lightning in this video? Because I bought some like lightning thingies that are very, like, even when I'm filming or recording things when it's darker outside, because, you know, as I'm filming this, it's like, yeah, it's right now, it's like end of September 2023, something like that. Yeah, something like that. And it's right now it's autumn, so it's gonna, you know, kind of get darker and darker where I live, at least, because in some countries it's either dark or light all day. At least that's something that I have known. It's I'm not going to confuse myself. Okay, in some countries it's just in a certain place or places it's like that, but I will not know because I've never been there. But it might, where I live, it gets darker and darker in those seasons, and you know, I want the lightning to be right even when it's like later in the day. And if it's dark, you can't really see anything, and I don't like that. Rambling, it belongs to my system. What does your soul family want you to know? I feel like your soul family does want you to know, like, really badly, to really enjoy the things that are around you, like the sensual, yeah, of course, the sensory stuff. I'm like, I already said sensual, and I wanted to say sensory things, like a bath or water, or like warmth, because this is earth, this is fire. So let's just say, like, going on vacation to a warmer kind of place where the warmth is more present than the cold, I will say. Going to doing something like that. How do you guys, by the way, like the setup? Like, I feel more connected to the reading if I put like a beautiful setup with crystals and colors and stuff. What does your soul family want you to know? By the way, I did not really look into these cards because I'm not yet getting a message out of it. Vesta with Hearth. And to be quite honest, I have no idea what that means. So I'm going to get the book. if I know what a book is. There's the book. Okay. 32 could be a number. Specific number, I mean. Let me just, maybe there's an easier way to look some things up. Oh, a fireplace. That's interesting because here we have like, I'm being reminded of like these two cards because I'm like, you know, on earth, like warmth and not connected to water, not connected to air, like but warm. I don't know. All right, so, oh, sorry about that. I hit my hand against the phone lightly. So here we have, I'm not gonna read everything because that's gonna maybe even confuse me even more than I am right now. This is not a situation where you need to take sides. Come back to the center, to the flame, to your hearth. Which is, like, as I said before, like, something related to, like, if you know what a hearth is, you know what a hearth is. Like, I just found out what a word is in English. I need to get used to that, but, so, it may be time to take a retreat, a chance to clear yourself, clear your energy fields, cleanse your environment, like what is actually right for you. Reclaim your temple. If a relationship is truly of value and importance to your soul, the person or team you're involved with will honor your process. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get some more oracle cards. For me to try to force myself to intuitively pick up on a message, that's just not how I do it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just shuffle some of the cards to see what message needs to come through. I feel like your soul family is trying to tell you, like, we are connecting with you and we are giving you signs and synchronicities. I feel like some of your soul family may already be, I'm getting like half of them is already in, like, not on this earth anymore, not in this world anymore. So I feel like maybe I'm being specifically drawn to like a parent that has passed away, specifically more like a mother figure. Mystery. That could be of significance, as there are like 2 or 3 who are already kind of passed on, but there are definitely more than 10 or 16 people who you are either about to meet or you are supposed to meet in this life. For some, I'm being even called to say 23, but that, like, different kind of people. What does your soul family want you to know? Ask for help. It doesn't make you weak. What does your soul family want you to know? As I try to say in every reading, if you are seeing any messages yourself from what your soul family wants you to know, then please take them seriously. I mean, if it's something that is biased or a little more, like, you will know, like, how to know what is actually coming from your soul, your spirit guides, what is actually coming through with your intuition is something that does not scare you. At least not at first. Something that will maybe surprise you, but something that will not make you feel like you're trapped. Or it's like a message that you do not, like, it's how to know if it's like wishful thinking. I don't know how to explain that, actually. Sundress, do it for you. I feel like mostly of the messages are trying to say, like, you are focusing too much on what possibly social expectations are, or what how you're trying to fit into a society that does not fit with you. So it's very much about, like, look for the things that are going to help you, look for the people that are going to help you, and look for a life that fits with you, and not a life that you have to fit in. What does your soul family want you to know? I feel like your soul family really wants to encourage you toward the things that are not necessarily very much out there, very much unknown, not very much known to the public, things that are not very much, like, you know how before in this world we used to try and fit in even more of social expectations, or the people before us. And I'm not going to go too much on this topic, because, you know, then I will go to, like, what's that called? Ancestral? No, it's not. I don't know what it's called, but it's like, you know, the family thing. Like, they put their burden on their child, and they put their burden on their child, and it goes on and on. Like, I wanted to say ancestral trauma, but I don't know if that is the word. I'm, like, a little doubtful about it, so I guess it's not. But it has to do with, like, fitting in with the expectations and the lessons that were taught to you by the ones who were even more burdened. Well, not necessarily more burdened, but they don't know how their actions and unhealthy ways of looking at life impacts their own children. So something like that could be going on. And I feel like if you have been, like, trying to fit in with certain expectations, I'm not asking anything yet. If you're trying to fit in with certain expectations of how you should be, I feel like you are, you need to, or you do, like, I can say whatever I want, but you need to understand that there is more than just black and white, that there is more than just being this or that, or this or that. You know, there is more. You can choose between more options than what you think you have right now. Like, you're looking at options that are very, very limited and very unoriginal, and something that just doesn't fit. Like, it's like you're trying to look for a clothing style, and you're like, I'm going for this style because it's very much known for everybody to wear this. But maybe you're not at all that kind of, like, I don't even know. I'm not one for clothing styles interpretation. I don't know. But maybe you will realize, like, I can just wear whatever the flip I want. I could just wear whatever I want, and people are maybe going to be inspired. Like, it's not necessary that you are trying to achieve that, but people will be inspired by you doing what fits with you and showing more of yourself, not because you want to stand out, but because you want to be yourself. Mystery. Spirit, can you please tell me what this mystery card is about? I'm being reminded, like, learn to really involve yourself in the things that are not known to you. Not just like when it comes to clothing styles, but things like knowing that even if you do not know what is gonna, you know, come towards you in the future, or even in the present. I need to specifically say, like, in the present, even if you don't know what's gonna come in, like, right now, do know that it's gonna be so much better than something that you had already in mind, something that may scare you at first because it's so different, but it's something that feels, after you really get used to it, you're like, I don't want any other option anymore. Like, this is the best that I can, you know, it's like, it's not trying to fit in or trying to stay in the mud, because you're like, oh, life doesn't get better anyways, I'm just gonna do this and just get used to it. It's not even getting used to it, it's something about a surprise, and it's something about you being recognized as, like, or not even recognized, but seen as normal. Like, you don't need to feel like people are judging you, or you don't need to feel like you're constantly being watched for your behavior or for the structures and chains that you're breaking. What does your soul family want you to know? Okay. I am wild and free. Like, I don't even need to explain this one, if I'm being honest. Like, to be a wild and free, to be outside of anyone's expectations, to be outside any kind of structures or rules that you need to abide by, or anything like that. I feel like your soul family really wants you to know that being original is not something bad, and it may be a little bit, like, uncomfortable at first, but the uncomfortability is because it's just something new. Change is will always happen, so it's easier to adapt to something that you learn to live with within your in your life. I feel like you really need to know, like, the message here is, like, going forward, you may not know or understand what is going to happen, but you need to know that you are coming closer and closer to your soul family, and that they are really very happy with how you're proceeding and how you're going about things, and how you're every time, like, doing things more and more in a way of, like, understanding that the limits that you set on yourself are not true. Those are just limits. Those are just things, words, mentality like that, and that can be changed, that can be shifted, and it's not something that will always, that doesn't, it's not, it doesn't need to be forever. Even if a lot of people will be like, I'm just gonna be like this forever and ever. Well, newsflash, that's not really what's gonna happen. We are constantly shifting, even if we're not aware of it. So now let's look into some last advice and messages from either your spirit guides, from your soul family, from your soul, from any loving source, but mostly, of course, your soul family, because that's what this entire reading is about. So some last messages and advice for group 1. Coming closer to the edge. I keep hearing that right now. Please do not fall off my lap. Okay, I'm not going to go and do that. I almost strained my shoulders, and I have been doing that for too many times, and it's really very uncomfortable and painful, so I'm not gonna do that, even though no one argued with me about it. But last advice and messages. Oh, wait. Last advice and messages for group 1. I feel there's a need to come forward toward yourself in a more kind and gentle way, and to remind yourself that things will always be mysterious, but mysterious is actually more of a thing that is something that you can trust instead of be afraid of, because if you are believing your own thoughts about that the future that is uncertain, that it will, like, if a future is uncertain, that it is something bad, then you are not showing yourself that you can trust the universe and you can trust your soul, that whatever is up for you, like maybe you're trusting the little things that happen outside of your control, that happen to other people, because life is weird. Life is just very strange, and things are not really explainable. So it doesn't necessarily mean, like, just because it happened to somebody else, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen to you as well. Even if your parents, brothers, sisters, siblings, whatever, family, uncles, aunts, told you what happened to them, doesn't mean that you need to take on their helpful advice, which is not helpful. It's only meant to scare them. I feel like the best thing that you can do is learn that your own experiences are what you should trust, more than what other people's experience. Well, trust your own experiences are what your experiences are, and what happens to other people is just a fear of what could happen, not what has happened. Trust the universe, trust your soul family, because they want you to know we are coming forward, we are closing in, you're getting closer and closer to us. So go further onto this path. Do not be afraid to stand out in a way that other people may not like, because they are like, I want to give you a warning, but you're not listening to it, and then they will call it whatever they want, and you're like, well, it's a warning from you, but because it happened to you, but not to me. I feel like what we should trust mostly is our own experiences and not other people's experiences, because who knows, maybe they did that all by themselves because they were so structured and so limiting themselves. Maybe that's the entire reason why they got stuck in such a thing. I don't know. So let's see. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. I don't need to say anything else. That's very spot on. That's very specific. Can I have one more card, please? Last advice and messages. The more energy and attention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. You can take these messages, you can leave them. If they do not resonate, then just let it slide off the table, or, you know, whatever. Oh. Last advice and messages for group 1. Squirrel. Don't miss your present because you are yearning for the future. This moment is the beginning of everything. Okay, so let's see. I'm not going to literally interpret these cards until I feel called to. So whatever messages you're seeing here, whatever is calling out to you, your intuition can also make, like, you know, everyone has a different situation. Like whatever I'm reading about, it will never be like as specific to one point only. Okay, so intuition. Trust your intuition. It has been guiding you to the answers that you seek. I'm burping all the time. Burping, all that stuff that gets out of your body is just a way to release the burdens on your shoulders, or whatever burden you have wherever, but specifically more like energy that needs to be released, like fear, for example, or anger, or sadness, whatever it be about. Observation. Expand your consciousness by observing the divine matrix of life. Last messages that you need to hear. Anything from your soul family, anything from your higher self as well, or anything from spirit, whatever you are, like, just ask for yourself, like, or just ask for yourself, like, I want a message from my this, from my that, and then the message will be from the ones you are thinking about. Okay, too many. Which will be an indication of, like, your soul family or whatever, whoever you're thinking about, wanting to communicate more with you or having a lot to say to you. Last advice, thank you. We have, I let go of the need to be perfect in the eyes of others. Can you see it? I think you can, but, you know, anyway. Last, okay. I encourage myself to shine and excel while allowing myself to fail without shame. And then we also have, your pain is real. Now, a last message from whoever has a message for you. Anything that you need to be aware of. There we go. And we have, this reading is so amazing. Everything is matching up. Sorry. Ask for help. It doesn't make you weak. I'm feeling called to mention this one again. I forgive myself for being so hard on myself and relentlessly expecting perfection. I choose to believe that I am doing my best in every moment, and every version of me is valuable as I continue to learn and expand into the potential I know is available to me. So, group 1, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you in advance for the ones who like, comment, and subscribe, and show me your kindness and support. And show me kindness and support. Sorry. I'm sending you so much love and joy, and I hope to see you back soon. Hi, group 2. Welcome to your reading. So we will be looking into, what does your soul family want you to know? So let's get started. What does... Okay. Green. That's true. I did feel like, when I was starting this reading, I did feel like I wanted to listen to, like, well, not necessarily nature sounds, but something like that. Something a little more mysterious, or sounds like, could vibe well with nature in the background, like music like that. And then we have the card green. I want to look in a book for that one. That's the wrong book. Okay. Fresh growth, fullness, wildness. You are untamed and intertwined with the lushness of nature. Even in a concrete building, your wild weeds are peeking through the cracks. You've grown so much that now your sprouting is contagious to your surroundings. Even if someone trims back your limbs, you will keep growing wild, wild, wild. It will be a little bit extreme to trim back your limbs, but, or off your limbs, but hey, that's just me. It's just my opinion. I want different song, please. Okay. Just give me one moment. Okay. Let's keep moving. What does your soul family want you to know? Growth. Both cards are talking about growth. Can we just say that? So I feel wait, I need to show this. Fresh growth. Even if someone trims back your limbs, he will keep growing. So, and now we have growth with a different deck, which, okay. Let me just go look for the cards. Let's see what this card has to say. Growth is needed today. Pay attention to any type of growth, physical, mental, or spiritual. As you explore, release negative emotions, reduce distractions, and help others. There is so much you can pursue today to transform. As you grow, you allow others to grow as well. I'm feeling something. Let me just kind of feel it. I'm feeling something. What is it about? So, growth can take years, but blooming does not always need to be a long process. Incredible transitions can happen even overnight. Development, authentic, become more authentic and honest, more connected to, and little things don't ruin your day. You begin to strive for long-term well-being rather than immediate gratification. Okay. What does your soul family want you to know? Eight house, mystery, Oh, I put it in repeat. Oops. I mean the music in the background. I'm sorry for that sound. That scared nearly the shit out of me. And that's not cool. That's my fridge. Don't ask me where those sounds are coming from. If I knew, then I would have done something about it. Now I'm hearing just keep moving, just keep moving. Like some people will be like, just keep swimming, you know. At least that's what I've heard. Okay. What does your soul family want you to know? I feel like there is a distance in some way. I feel like there could be many of your soul family that have probably already passed or that have already known you. I mean, because not everyone that is your soulmate, soul family, that doesn't mean that they are supposed to stay forever, even if we want it. But people are there to help us grow, and I feel like there is a message that is about, like, from the people who have already passed, or people that have, or that are not in your life anymore for whatever reason. I feel like they do still feel and see or feel your growth in whatever way. It's like they are in the crowd, or they are looking from the sides of the street. I don't know how to explain, but it's like you are running a marathon or something like that, and they see you running so fast and going so forward, and they like, even if they're not running with you, they see how you are going forward, if that makes any sense. What does your soul family want you to know? Influence. Okay, so I did not really want to mention it until I felt like, you know, you just don't want to mention something until you know for sure. I do feel like there have been mostly have been already like passed away, or most of them have already are living a different life than you. So let's just say for whatever reason you're not in contact with your soul family anymore, then this will be the confirmation or a sign that even though they are not anymore going the path that you are going, or they're not anymore they are not anymore in your path anymore, like, you know, they stepped out of the life train, like out of your life train, like the train that goes by, people get in there and people get out of there, like they're there to teach you a lesson. I feel like a lot of people, I feel like either you have been in contact with them or have been with them, or you are right now with them, for the most of you at least. I feel that for not so many of you, you may not have met them yet. They may be in the future, and they are quite distant, like you're still about to learn on your own journey, as if you're still about to, for the ones who have not yet met their soul family, I feel like this is talking about you will meet them in the future, but not very soon, but like this can take a couple of years, so to speak. And I don't say that because, and I don't feel like that is because you are doing something wrong. This is necessary because you need to first of learn some things on your own. I feel like right now, the energy that you're in right now, well, it's not really the reading that we're doing, but is more about first finding your own light and being able to step away from the things that are not connected with you anymore, to be able to remove yourself from connections that are actually not aligned with your in your life and with what you seek in with who you are. And I feel like instead of being able to really look forward right now and really look into the things that are really happening like in the future, and like maybe you're not even quite interested in, like maybe you want to know what your soul family wants you to know, but you're not really there yet. Like I feel like your soul family wants you to know that you are on your path and you are doing great. Like you're going really really forward and going really fast. The thing is, I feel like there's still like this feeling of being stuck in some part of the past when it comes to some people, and that's why it's possibly sometimes slowing you down, because I feel like you're still healing from possible wounds or things that people have said or told you that have never been really true. And I feel like your soul family can really feel your presence and your awareness of how things are right now. But I feel like they first of want you to seek or to feel the kind of an enlightenment within yourself before you can really be attached in any way to like someone else or to your soul family. I feel like because like if you will meet your soul family right now, I feel like you'll be very disconnected from who you actually are, and still on a road to recovery, and you will be able to really feel or understand how important your soul family will be to you. And it's not like in a bad way, but it's more like before this, we need to go through this and we need to understand something about ourselves. I feel like there's immense growth happening. And at the beginning, I must admit, I was like a little confused, like, what is this? What is this about? All right, so what does your soul family want you to know? To keep on focusing on yourself, even though the path is not really the easiest to go. You are pure magic. Yeah, I feel like whatever this could be talking about, I feel like this could be talking as well about how you are right now in the midst of a sort of identity shift, and instead of seeking for approval like you used to do before, or seeking for other people's opinions, or seeking for like to hear how other people or situations will like how you can adapt to some things. I feel like your soul, spirit, everyone really wants you to first off figure out that your magic lies within you, not outside of you, not of what you need to be, not of what you want to be, but what you just are and who you are. And I feel like the message here is like to really first find yourself instead of forcing yourself to be somewhere where you cannot be right now. It's like you're trying to move, like you're already going really fast, but you're trying to move as a speed of light, which will be cool if that be happening. But I guess in this case, it's a little bit, it's going to take a little bit of time to really get to this destination. If it seemed like I was not finished with my sentence, I'm sorry. Like I kind of lost where I was and I just went on. the The movie Labyrinth with David Bowie could be significant when it comes to like, I feel like there's innocence that seems to be lost in the approval of another and the adapting to the situation, because that seemed to be the best possible option. I feel like whatever is going on right now, I feel like you really need to look into your magic and where your magic is coming from and where your magic is leading you. Not about anyone else's magic and how you can adapt to their magic, but how you can fill your space and other people's space with your own. What does your soul family want you to know? Raindrops, take a chance on them. 39. Okay, so I really feel like there are certain paths that you're supposed to follow right now, or supposed to, but that you're following right now that are trying to teach you a lesson, something about being your individual self, something that really, like, I feel like there may be like one soul connection that is close by, but there are multiple soul family members that are a little more far by who can connect with you, but not right now, because either they or like both of you or all of you are still trying to get to the point where you are able to be and to understand each other on a soul level, because everyone is going their own and different journey, and maybe we are not like ready to meet one another yet, because everyone is in a different path, and we're supposed to meet each other in a different time, a different place, because then it will be the most healing time, or the best time for both of you. So whether you will actually, whether you have actually already met or will be meeting a very specific soulmate or soul family member, soul tribe, someone, I do not know that, but I do know, like, to become closer to your soul family members, if that is something that you want, then I will definitely go further with like searching for who you are on an individual level, instead of trying to look for everyone as and see everyone as your soul family if they're actually not at all, because you're trying to fit in to something that doesn't connect with you, but you want it to connect to something or someone or something like this. Okay, so what does your soul family want you to know? Want you to know. I am lovable. So I feel like your soul family really wants to know, like, whatever path you're going to take, whatever kind of however you will look, however you will be seen, like, I feel like before the universe can really bring in our soul family, I feel like we really need to find ourselves first. 6, 33, 39, 78, 46, and 6. So something about 30s, or somewhere in the 30 something, 33 to 39 could be a significant number or age. Doesn't have to be, of course. Just because you express yourself differently, or you are just different from someone else, doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad and you have to be like the other, because they are also someone else, and they are maybe also trying to adapt to what someone else's energy is. Your soul family really wants you to know that even though you feel like an outcast, and even though you feel like you may not be as liked or as as far as other people on their journey, you are actually growing. And who says we need to be faster or further? Who says we need to be this, we need to be that? That's maybe our own expectation um, onto ourselves. So is there anything else, Spirit, that needs to come through that Group 2 Soul Family wants Group 2 to know? I feel like there's something about like a trust that may have been removed due to feeling inadequate or something like that. I feel like there's a trust to certain people, and maybe that's why you feel so distant from your family, from your soul family, because I feel like the reason why one will be distant from another is because they are distant from themselves, um, in some way that may have been caused by a traumatic experience, by, well, anything that could be traumatic, that has to do with something about social expectations, or our biological family. That can unfortunately also cause a lot of trouble to us, and there's like nothing we can do about it as a child. It's just the way it is. Anything else? Last advice and messages. Oh. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. So I already did mention, like, there's a possibility of, like, like being distant from yourself, and through that, and by that also feeling distant from other people. And maybe there's like someone specific that could be helping you rediscover who you really are, instead of focusing on who they are. Because I feel like these two look quite well, not quite, but they have a different sort of, everyone looks different from one another in some way, or is different from one another, and they look different. One is a little taller, the other one is a little smaller, other one's a little bigger, the other was a little thinner, or whatever, like, and both are exceptionally fine. Like, nothing is wrong with both. Like, you don't need to be like the other one to be able to fit in. It's just like, be your own light, and you'll be able to call in your soul family. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. Look around your home. Is it clean, or is it messy? Especially your bedroom. Because that's where we sleep and rest, and we are trying to, have some sort of rest, or, whatever. So if, for example, life is not going well, then what can you do about it? What is happening internally that is also not really going so well? There could be something like happening in the next few days, I'm hearing, but that can be different for everyone. But there could be something happening soon about someone reaching back to you to try and see if you can, like, try again in some way, but on different terms, in a different way. Because sometimes we meet people a little bit too soon, or a little too late, and it's like, or that's how we kind of feel, but actually we need to learn something from that experience. And then people come back later, and suddenly things have been dissolved, or things have been resolved. I'm sorry, resolved. It's not like necessarily for everyone, of course. If you don't want someone to be coming back, then just forget that message. But I feel like there is something about that coming through, where we could not be together when it came to the past, but we could be together, or we could be whatever. We could be friends, we could be partners, we could be anything in the present. And maybe then the both of you will be able to teach one another the things that you were actually supposed to teach one another, and not just the bad or painful experiences. So if you feel called to go back to someone, it's not like you're going back to the past and going back into what has been, but you're going into something new, because of the immense growth that both of you have experienced. And now that you can put it all together, you can I really don't know whether this is like then, because sometimes we meet people and they are not soulmates, and that's all fine, but we can still learn something from them. Last messages, advice for group 2. There's something about like someone kissing someone's cheek or something like that. I don't know what that's about. Could be significant for some of you. What does your soul family want you to know? And last messages. Stork, trust your intuition. The view from above can help you see what was concealed from you until now. Yeah, I do feel called to like say like there is something about someone that brings a new sort of point of view into a situation that may have not been very what's it called, very obvious at first sight. Okay, what does your soul family want you to know? And last messages and advice for group 2. Okay, so we have inner worlds. Your external world is a reflection of your inner world. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. Are you kidding me? Well, I guess not, but she's magnificence. You are amazing, magnificent, and unique. But most importantly, you are enough. What's happening? Oh, okay. 2 cards flipped. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this could be a romantic connection, but it can be any connection if you want to. But mostly for the ones, if it's like something about a partnership, like specific connection. It can also be a friendship, by the way. But I won't like really guess that it has anything to do with family. But don't let me you know, like that may or may not be different for every single person watching. So last advice and messages. We have, you know who you are. Last advice and messages. By the way, these messages that I'm pulling, like the last messages, could be from any loving source, could be from spirit, could be from the universe, could be from a specific person, could be from your soul family, could be from your own higher self, or I mean soul. I mean, higher self, soul, it's pretty much the same. So just think about who you want to receive the message from. I know I'm a little bit late with that, but... And that's from who you receive a message. You are exactly where you need to be in life. This is like the card. Fits perfectly with this reading. You are exactly where you need to be. Don't worry about going further or about being somewhere where you're like being a lot further in your journey, because that is all going to come with time. Last advice and messages. I'm hearing you are not alone. I'm hearing that. Last advice and messages. Group 2. And we have, I strive to see myself fully and understand myself more deeply. And now to the last deck. Some last message. Anything else that you need to know? I want my cards. The last message for you that you may want to think about or may need to hear. Okay. I forgive myself for taking the safe path others have suggested instead of trusting my own unique journey. I choose to believe, let me just read the card influence, like what you're supposed to do, not what you want to do, what you're supposed to do. I choose to believe that I am exactly where I need to be. You are exactly where you need to be in life. How many times does Spirit need to be reminding you of that? Or anyone? My outer experience are a reflection of my internal condition. It's all being repeated. I'm exactly where I need to be in life, where I need to be, and it is never too late to begin exploring the spaces in which I feel the most vibrant and free. So let me just put these cards back, because it will be bothering me in some sort of way. So group 2, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you in advance for the ones liking, commenting, subscribing, and showing me your kindness and support. I am forever grateful for your, for all of that. I'm sending you much love and joy, and I hope to see you back soon. Hi, group 3, welcome to your reading. So we will be looking into what does your soul family want you to know. So let's get started. I'm hearing something about, and correct me if I'm wrong here, because, it's not coming from me, but I'm hearing something about like a semi-romance or something, and I don't even know what the hell that is. So I just want to go and look real quick because I'm a little bit unsure right now. Okay, semi-romantic. Experiences romantic attraction but has no desire to date anymore. Might fantasize about dating, but when it comes down to it, it's, I don't know. I really have no idea. If you know what it means, then maybe it could be significant, but they're like, I heard like spirit ask me like a question as if they're asking you a question, like something about semi-romantic, and I'm not trying to what did I want to say again? Yeah, I don't know. Like, if you know what it means, then maybe that could be significant. But I'm not really sure. So let me just get into the reading. What does your soul family want you to know? Are we starting with this again? Coughing in every single reading. What does your soul family want you to know? There we go. Share tenderness, 74. I need to look in the book. Tender hearts, gentleness, quiet moments. Did they mean to say quiet moments? I don't know. Your loveliness has linked up with another, and you can share a deep tenderness. Even for those of us who see this as a romantic yuck stuff, are in the right mood to give or receive. Even for those of us who see this as romantic yuck stuff, are in the right mood to give or receive tenderness. When this card works itself into your life, okay. Rosy cheeks and unspoken but known conversations. Power dynamics have left the room, and all that exists in the simplicity of holding space in transcendent gentleness. So there could be like something involving, sharing tenderness, and they did mention like romantic yucky stuff. So it could be anything related to romance, but I don't know. So let's find out more. What does your soul family want you to know? Dreams. If it really is the case, it has to do with like fantasizing about dating and fantasizing about having a relationship, but not really wanting a relationship with whatever sort of sexuality or however you identify yourself, or whatever you are interested in when it comes to relationships. Share tenderness. I feel like there's something about something's coming through and wanting to tell you about, like, whether it literally be in dreams, but wanting to tell you that if you are because I feel like there's a certain fear or expectation of things going in the wrong direction. When pursuing a relationship. Maybe you want a relationship so bad, but you do not want to put in the effort because of certain experiences or fears around the topic of romance. What does your soul family want you to know? Maybe you're not all the kind of person to be romantic or something like that, or to really share that with other people. What does your soul want you to know? Soul family wants you to know. Venus. Venus is literally about love and sharing love. 21, be loved. Where is the book for this deck? I want to see it. Oh, a little too far. Venus symbolizes your heart, romance, and the creative process. It's what attracts you, what you value, and how you value yourself. Soften, charm, open the heart, investigate how you can make a situation more beautiful, more fair and lovely. Remember this Venusian, jeez, I do not pronounce that, truth. People are fascinated by those who find them fascinating. What? I'm having a little bit of a brain fart. Give me a second. Use diplomacy and seduction and let others come to you. Oh, yeah, okay. Engage creativity, generosity, and affection. Okay. A loving heart. We have shared tenderness, and right before I even got any card, I mentioned something. I mentioned something about. I feel like okay, so the topic around this entire video is not necessarily related to, like, literally what you feel as family, like your siblings or your or like a soul mother or soul father. It's not like linked at that, because you can obviously make your own family, and it doesn't necessarily have to be all based on what's it called? Spirit, help me out, please. It's not all based on I'm waiting for the word to suddenly, like, step into my brain. Spirit, please, I ask you to help me. Let's just say this because I can't wait forever. It's not all based on non-romantic relationships. It's not all based on Like, I want the word, I want that word. So I'm gonna look it up. Platonic. It's not based on, right. It's not based on platonic love. It can also be something that is romantic. So I feel like there may be certain soul family members that want you to engage more with the things that you are maybe not necessarily afraid of, but maybe you would not consider. And it's not talking about it's not necessarily about you need to make a move or you need to step up and let love in, as if that is the most important thing in life, you know, like a romantic connection. Sorry about that little pause. The card is a little bit was bothering me a little bit. Okay. What does your soul family want you to know? Let's get some more cards to get the full picture. What does Group 3 soul family want you to know? Too many. I'm going to take all of these. What does your soul family want you to know? Spirit, I want a card today. Balance. I feel called to get another card. What does your soul family want you to know? No, 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 no. I'm trying to stay patient. I'm trying to stay patient. Idiotic cars. What does your soul family want you to know? Communication. Yeah, can do this. My cards are not really doing so well. does your soul family want you to know? Gratitude rampage list. 10 things. What? Okay, I'm sorry. One second. Gratitude rampage list. 10 things you're thankful for. Like how it was written without any symbols or thingies. Oops. One second. Okay, so I blew into, like, well, not blew. Is it? Okay, I thought it was on this card. I blew into some ashes and then it fell all over me. So I needed to pause the recording a little bit. Let's continue. What does your soul family want you to know? Well, maybe your energy is also, like, when it comes to your love life, when it comes to things, about the heart, I feel like there could be some sort of impatience or some sort of feeling of restlessness or like that coming through, because I feel a little bit impatient. As if you're not, like, getting the answers you were seeking for, or the answers that you really feel like you need, because, well, I don't really know why, but it may feel as if some things in your life are like a continuous, like, cycle, and it kind of feels draining to keep being reminded of things that are kind of out of your system or not really something that you desire anymore. Like maybe getting a little bit pissed at the universe or something. I mean, not for everyone, of course, but maybe feeling like a little bit of a discontinuement of some sort of things. What does your soul family want you to know? What does your soul family want them to know? Oh, what the fuck ever. I'm gonna take these cards. Move. Merle, be your own first priority. And which justice is coming? Okay. How we see a baseball bat, here we have a sword, like, okay. I feel this energy of distraction and of not feeling as if you're in the right place. It feels really draining. It feels exhausting. What does your soul family? I have a higher purpose. Okay, so what I feel what your soul family wants you to know is that there's more than only one side of the story. And I feel like whatever situation has been in your past about some sort of love thing or rekindling or something like that, I just realized something about my behavior that I literally did like a second ago, because I was talking about something and then I looked at my phone and I remembered that a package is about to be delivered today, and I felt a little more of this excitement. And as much as this can be just from my own feelings, but I feel like there is a certain degree of like being able to find delight and enlightenment within things that you would not expect to be, or things within a certain something, like you know that something is up and know that something is going on, but you can't really um, get yourself out of it, or feel as if you're kind of stuck in that thing. I really have no idea what I'm actually talking about, but I'm going on anyways. I feel like there is a desire from your soul family for you to really figure out what you actually want within relationships, what you actually desire in relationships, and what positive aspects there have been for you within relationships, and what you have discovered about yourself. And I feel like instead of trying to figure out what someone else wants out of you or what your soul family wants out of you, I feel like they're only trying um, to make you understand um, in some way by signs and synchronicities that there is more than just one or two things in your life that you're supposed to achieve, and that it does not only have to be about love, and um, also about the recognition of your own dreams being fulfilled in more ways than just one. Um, there is definitely an emphasis here on love and connection and sharing tenderness and um, sweet things, or just your loving voice with the people you adore. But specifically towards someone else, I feel like there's a message here about your love life being one of the main topics here. Um, like I'm hearing like there's some sort of myth that you have like have about like love and how love relationships should be like. Um, and trying to become someone that you do not recognize yourself as can sure be draining and can for sure be annoying and exhausting, and just it kind of sucks out the energy that you have within you for things that you actually do care about and need to become someone else. And I feel like your soul family is like trying to tell you, like, there is no need to do that. There's no need to try and be someone else. There's no need to be one way or another. There can be both sides of you. There can be multiple things that are important. Like, you do not need to like only focus on how your love life is going, and you do not only need to focus on how your own journey is going. Like, both topics, whatever topics you're thinking about, or whatever you are busy with, are equally important and very much for your growth. There is an emphasis here on a lot of 20. So we have 21, we have 23, 25, 27. And there's always like two numbers, like 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So that could be like a specific date or specific age. Like, you could be somewhere in your 20s, but you could also be somewhere in your mid 30s, or yeah, it doesn't even matter, but could be a sort of confirmation or something like that. I feel like your spirit guides. Well, spirit guides definitely have something well, who knows? Maybe some of your soul family members are your spirit guides as well. And like, I won't know because I'm not too advanced in these kind of topics, but there's something about being supported in a very I don't even know how to say it. Like, it's being supported in a way that you may not even recognize as support in the first place. But I feel like there's an emphasis here on self-love, and there's an emphasis on love to one another. And you do not need to feel like you have to choose. Both can be, both are equally as important. Both are equally as enlightening. So, let's get some of the last messages and advice cards to see what else they want you to know. Like actually, I would use these cards for just some last messages, but maybe there is a message in there that is specific to what your soul family wants you to know as well. Excuse me. Throat chakra could be specific, or a blockage in your throat chakra, which will mean that you need to speak up about something that you desire, or what your truth is, or who you are. And if you want more information, then you may want to look it up. I don't know. Or ask your soul family yourself. Like, what do you need to speak up about? So I'm going to mix these questions, like, what does your soul family want you to know, as last advice and messages. There's what is coming through is something like, you may feel like you are not supported because it's going one direction, then suddenly going to another direction, because well, not because, but what you may not realize about this is that this is the help of your spirit guides and of your soul family, because they want you to recognize that there is beauty and equality. Like, you do not need to solely focus on one aspect. Like, you can focus on multiple aspects. Like, you do not need to completely forget yourself in order to be free for love. And you also need to completely be indulged in self-care. Well, I mean, what do I mean to say? Like, you do not need to completely be all about only one topic, like no love for me, whatever. Like, no, only focusing on that. Like, it's an equal thing happening. Like, you may, okay, yeah, okay, thank you, Spirit. You may feel frustrated because things are not really seem to go like how you have planned. Like, okay, now I'm going to focus completely on this and this and this. And then suddenly there is like something from the past coming through, and you're like, what is this? I want to focus on this, and you're like trying to, like, starting to blame yourself or whatever for somehow completely shifting to another perspective or to another thing. But I feel like there needs to be some sort of balance between, like, both topics are equally as important. Both topics need to come through, because there is something because it's important to be aware of I had a brain fart. I do not remember what I wanted to say, but there is a necessity to be very indulged in both topics and not just completely being like either option A or option B. Let's put these things together and make them let's combine these two things. I witness the darkness and call on the light within my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. Anything else for last advice and messages? When I accept there's a lot of like love. When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. So it's interesting how we are both seeing like love, and there's also an emphasis on teacher. So there could be something related to a sort of teacher or mentor, like you are being guided towards something. Or maybe some people are actually your kind of people who teach you how to, like, not necessarily like as a job, but who really are a teacher when it comes to topics related to love or something like that, or it's literally related to some sort of teacher, but I'm not gonna get into that. Anything else? Okay, we have 2 cards. I can deal with that. Okay. Horse, one of my favorite animal. Don't overthink. Move from your head to your heart and live your life. I'm just, not going to say anything about that. And we have monkey. All that you wish for is already fulfilled. Have fun on your path. Whatever that means, it is specific for you, or, whatever. Any last messages and advice for group 3? I suddenly feel like enlightened, so it's not necessarily that it's... I'm glad that this is not necessarily coming from me, like this energy of like impatience or something like that. But as I was blowing into this thing and the ashes got all over me, that was kind of my that was kind of like, that got me a little bit into internal rage. As if like, come on, I really do not need this right now. So it can sometimes maybe feel as if you're not really being taken seriously by the universe, if that makes any sense. I mean, it doesn't have to resonate for everybody. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. Last advice and messages. Abundance. Oh, I guess we have a lot more messages. When your heart's intention is to serve humanity, doors of abundance naturally open. And when it says serving, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be a slave. For the ones who overthink about things, I don't know. Release. Release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity. Speaking goes very well today. Stillness. Reflect on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion. And we have transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitations and allow your soul's light to truly shine. Wasn't there something about transcendence before, or am I just confused? Maybe I've read it somewhere else and I was just distracted or whatever. I don't know. So, any last messages and advice for group 3? These cards are so adorable. All of my cards are adorable, but there are just specifics who just really seem to grasp my attention a little more. Okay, so we have, I know in my heart that I am divinely guided and led. So whether you can see it, it's so light. I can barely see it in the camera myself. Well, I just read it for you, so... And we also have one step at a time. I really cannot see if you can see it, but that's what the card is saying. I extend kindness and understanding towards the parts of me that I judge as shameful or negative. Wow. One of the most beautiful messages that I've seen in this deck. Okay, I'm gonna get one more. I feel called to get one more. Last. Okay, 2 more. Okay. That's what we'll do then. I invest time and energy towards creating more joy, peace, and fulfillment in life. Or in your life. And the last one is you are enough. Again, I still don't know if you can see it or not, but you're gonna find out, I guess. Oh, please do not fall. That will be a pain in the arse. Okay. Now let's get one more message from this beautiful deck. Some last advice and a message for group 3. This can be very oddly specific and very confronting, so well, that's kind of what you can expect in my readings, if I am being honest. Last advice and messages for group 3. Oh, no, turn around, please. Okay, something is bothering me. One last message for group 3, and here you go. Okay, I want to get 2 messages. I forgive myself for mistaking solitude for loneliness. I choose to believe that solitude is a transient, I don't know how to pronounce it, state that gifts me with clarity when I fully embrace the experience of being with myself. I feel like this is not quite enough. I want one more card spare. Even if it resonates, I want something a little bit more. I said 1 more card, not 10. Thank you. In case you're wondering, I'm quite sarcastic with my spirit guides, so. Okay. I forgive myself for not sharing what I believe is true out of fear of how I may be perceived for it. I choose to believe that my opinion is valuable, and the exploration of multiple perspectives allows for a collective experience of greater clarity and fulfillment. Okay, so group 3. Excuse me, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you in advance for the ones liking, commenting, subscribing, and showing me your kindness and support. I'm sending you so much love and joy, and I hope to see you back soon. Hi group 4, welcome to your reading. So we will be looking into what does your soul family want you to know. So let's get started. Okay, so this really feels like a very, like the smallest kind of change of energy, it can impact me greatly. And I really feel with the first reading it was very sweet, and with this reading it's very sweet. With the second reading I do not remember. With the third reading, with the third group I mean, it was very detached or distant. I think it was something about the second reading as well, but I don't, like, why am I even talking about this? But I feel like mentioning it. So if someone is from group 3 and they're also here, like, I felt like group 3 had a lot more of a distance energy because of many different kind of feelings or things going on within group 3's energy, their own energy. Okay, so what does your soul family want you to know? So I feel like it's a very sweet energy that's very connected. Like whether you're in contact with your soul family, or soul family is not necessarily like just family, like what you feel like your soul sister or whatever, like your best friend, for example. Soulmates on a, you know, connections on a deeper level than just loving them. It's vibing with them and them vibing with you. Anyway, so it can also be a romantic connection. Under a spell, number 15. And I'm hearing this song in my head. I'm hearing the song Love Me Like You Do by Ellie Goulding. And yeah, that's a song that was created for a not very romantic movie, but more on a different kind of level. I don't know. What does your... Okay. Expansion. I feel like very... If you know Star Stable's... if you know Star Stable, the game, online game, and you've gotten so far where you've reached Pandoria, that's kind of how it feels to me. This song, Pandoria by Nomi, which also was created for the entire game thing. Okay. This. Yeah, that's Pandoria by Nomi. It feels a little bit ethereal, or a little bit like the color purple could be significant, or like very intense colors, like some sort of well, this kind of purple we could have like this kind of blue or purple, like those deep darker colors could be very significant. Not necessarily to your energy, I mean it can be, but for others it will be more like the energy of like your soul family. It feels very ethereal. It feels like you guys could be talking about aliens or stuff like that, or like ethereal creatures like mermaids or fairies, or like something a little bit more different. Even creatures that are not very known yet, like aliens. Everyone can have their own kind of, you know, I don't even know how to say it, like creatures that we already know the names of, like aliens, mermaids, fairies, witches. I just don't know how to really call it, but that can be something, but a little deeper, like creatures that are not very known, like it's almost like their own universe, their own, a whole different kind of dimension that is not very known, something like that. So this could be like either you are very interested in those creatures, or your soul family, or both of you, but it could also be that you all feel like you are these creatures, like very unknown, very mystic and mystical. And let me just look up a picture of how Pandora kind of looks like. Yeah. Okay. This kind of atmosphere, and it's not very Halloweenish. It's really their own dimension. It really has no name other than Pandora, and it's a very interesting kind of landscape, and it really kind of feels like this. Like I see this card, I'm like, oh my god, I'm being reminded of that of the game. Let's see. For this, like this is the old Star Stable, Starshine Legacy stories, but this is kind of how it looks like. It really feels like that. It really feels like that vibe, and I love that vibe. It's very interesting. I really want to listen to that song right now. I feel really, really connected to it. What does your soul family want you to know? Please, one card. I make interesting sounds when I'm kind of it's not necessarily stuttering, it's like when I'm, I don't know. please listen to that song. This lyrics is very specific. Well, not very specific, but it really vibes with this. She did actually really good with this song. It really vibes with the vibe of Pandora in that game. Why do I keep talking about Star Stable? Is someone, do you guys know Star Stable? Let me know in the comments. I'm laughing because I never like want to say like, oh, tell me in the comments down below. I don't know, it feels a little bit forced. What does your soul family want you to know? It's a very nice vibe. 2 cards. Okay, Neptune, Vision, 26 and 25 and 26. All right, and we have Uranus. I used to really think that you pronounce it differently, like I'm not gonna say, but like how it sounded as if you will describe, like, you know, as if you will mention a body part. I really thought it was like that until someone mentioned it differently. I was like, oh crap. I'm glad I never mentioned it like that in the readings. I hope at least I did not do that. That will be a little bit embarrassing. Instead of Uranus, you would say it a little bit differently, and that's, yeah. Okay, change, vision. So there's something happening in your life, something happening with your vibe that is starting to under a spell. I don't know, I did not read that card, but that's okay because I have all the time in the world. There is the most beautiful fog you will ever see showering over you. Of course, we have this kind of vibe with Pandora because it's like lonely, like what is she saying? I'm gonna look up the lyrics. Days are slowly passing by and I'm losing sense of time, but I'm feeling trapped inside in a world purple light. In a dream so full of life, creatures hiding in the night, trying to take over my mind. Stories here are never told, never heard of, never shown. Dangers hiding in the dark. This is Pandora. Feelings here are so intense, wonderful, but makes no sense. Oh, I thought it said wonderful to place no sun. Oops. Okay. Lonely voices in the dark. This is Pandora. Now careful what you're looking for. Walk into the trap of joy. Under a spell. Oh my gosh. Deluded by that mighty glow. I never knew that the lyrics were so interesting. Okay. Let's read this. Okay, it's okay. It may feel super dreamy and magical. It probably is. You are in love with an idea. You are in love with what you see. You are completely under a spell. This can be a nice feeling, but if things feel a little funny, like there's something that's not right, you might need to be shaken out of it. You can't think straight when hearts and stars are all you see. It could put a filter on something that's not a good choice for you and make it seem like the best choice. I know it's hard to leave a spell that makes you feel in love, but if you can snap out of it and still feel amazing, then that means it's true. If you snap out of it and feel like someone dropped you on the cold floor, well, then it was just a spell. Okay, so let's see where this is leading us. Expansion. I do feel like a very beautiful feeling, as if it's not very illusionary. I mean, I do know like the song Pandora is very much like, watch out that you're not trapping, that you not fall into the trap, that you not fall into the, it's actually quite dangerous. But let's see where this is leading to, because I cannot make assumptions about only a few energies, because I may be feeling or picking up on the feeling of like being very deluded, or very I know, not deluded, but very much in trapped into the fallen into the trap. But I feel like there's just a sense of expansion, a sense of breakthrough, because there's something beautiful coming, which you're already aware of. I do not feel like this is something that is fake. I actually feel like this is only getting Like, it may feel fake because you're right now just imagining it, and it feels like you should feel guilty for something like that. It's complicated, this reading. That's why I'm kind of interested in it. So I'm not gonna, you know, assume something, regret. Again, this purplish, I love it. Because if I'm thinking about like something that like being a tramp, like being like rose colored glasses, and I will think a lot more of the color pink, which you can see here on the cheeks and eyes, like being so in love with something. But I feel multiple colors, multiple dimensions being brought into this, and I feel like it has a lot more to do with something being brought into multiple dimensions. Like, let's just say you have the wish and desire to have something, or to become something, or to get somewhere. You just have a wish for something, and it's very deep, and you just love it. But there's also the need to put it out in the real world, you know. So it's not like you're. It's like snapping out of the. I do want to clarify in a second about the regret part. Wait, I actually don't need it. I'm gonna look in the book. Mistakes, sorrow, disappointment, shame, regret. What is preventing you from moving forward? How can you find peace and acceptance? Is there something you wish you had done differently? I feel like this is not necessarily like you did something wrong. It's more like I feel like you're kind of stuck, or you were stuck, or have the tendency to feel stuck within like a certain, like this is really feeling like hyper focus, honestly. Like for people with with ASD and with ADHD, it can feel like you cannot do or think about anything else. Like, it's really, I've had the worst of experiences with hyperfocus, like hyperfocusing, or being so focused on a certain subject, topic, game, movie, person, even like person. That's the worst. Like, do you know, like those there are people, including me, who sometimes like have a crush on a character that doesn't even exist. Like, even like a fictional character completely, like just a drawn character that is not based on any real person. The pain. What your soul family wants you to know. Ooh, your soul whispers love, your ego shouts fear. Okay. It's interesting. Moon. So we are being drawn here with this little moon. I feel like there is intuition. Your soul, your intuition whispers gently, you know, whispers, and your ego shouts, like your fear is shouting. Okay, what is this talking about? This is interesting. Like, maybe not for you, but but it is for me, because ego things and shadow work stuff is, and complex subjects within us are very interesting to me. I just can't stand this. Or wait, I can do it differently. Okay, it feels a lot more protective, like this. Okay, let me just kind of think about this, because I am warning in case this might be a little bit of a longer reading, this specific one, but I'm not like promising anything or trying to foreshadow anything. I don't know. What does your soul family want you to know? And what is it? I may even need a tarot deck for this one to get into specifics. Whoa, chill. Okay, this one. You can be your own knight. Okay. You can be your own savior. Cleaning the sword. Like, damn, she has long hair. Like, I wish to have, well, not necessarily that long, but I wish to have long hair as well. Longer hair. I used to have my head, like, not completely shaved, but, like, so short. And then a few years later, my hair was suddenly a little bit like over my shoulders, which is like right now. These experiences have been so funny. I am passionate. 40, 1, 20, 26, 50, 25. Okay, so I'm gonna go and look real quick for a tarot deck. And I'm gonna see which one vibes the most with this reading. Ow, hurt my foot. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So, okay. Right, I chose the Numinous Tarot. Okay, let's see. I chose this deck because I want to more specifically know or explain what it exactly is talking about. I am passionate. Change. You can be your own knight. Your soul whispers love you. Ego shouts fear. So there's an idea or something that you want that seems to be so amazing. It almost feels like it's too good to be true. And I feel like what your soul family is trying to tell you, or at least these oracle cards, is that most of this has to do with your choices going forward. Like you can, it can go forward in a beautiful way in which you may have envisioned, or even better. But there is a need to kind of get out of some sort of reluctance when it comes to further taking action toward this kind of idea. I feel like you can really achieve many things, and there's something that you keep thinking about that is disturbing your peace, as if it's like you are so happy with what you have and what you have achieved that you kind of do not know whether this is about, like, whether this is going to stay or whether this is going to leave your life, as if like holding on to it for dear life because you may feel as if you're gonna lose it if you let go of it for 1 second. What exactly is this talking about? I don't know if I can really get into specifics, but I'm going to try. So first with the 8 of Candles, which the 8 of Candles was more like the 8 of which is the 8 of Wands, and this is all about like really quick action, things coming through, things coming like manifestations being fulfilled or coming into the 3D world, into our existence, not just where it's in our head. Like you feel like you may be so in love or so crushing on a person, like so deeply that awakening, yet you do not know for sure whether this is actually real or whether you are just kind of hanging on to them. So you have like, there's something about you being too hard, like being hard on yourself, about whether something is about to stay. And I feel like it may have something to do with your soul family, like you are seeing how something is vibing so well and you can be yourself and things are going well. And card, please stick. And it may feel like you're going too fast, or it may feel like things are not really as real. Sometimes you try, like there's like, okay, sometimes I'm thinking about myself at this moment. There's this desire to snap out of something when we are not really needing to snap out in the way that we expect ourselves to. Like I feel like, I think there were with group 3 there was like a balance required, and here is also some sort of balance, but it's like you do not really know what kind of balance you need to achieve. So you may feel like, okay, this is not at all possible, and you're not going for it at all, or you think this is too, like, this is just happening for you, so you're not really taking too much action or kind of improving or going further, because you feel like now things are just going on, like, without me doing anything about it anymore. Like, I can just kind of let it go. And yes, but also it needs a sort of balance. Like, you cannot just how do I say this? It's either you are expecting the worst or you're expecting the best, and or you are wishing for the best but expecting the worst, if that makes any sense. Let's see. Don't do that. Okay. So awakening, which is no. Oh, wait. Awakening, we are nearing the end of the cycle now. We have been on a long journey through life, death, rebirth. Through creation, destruction, rebuilding as novice, journeyman, and adept. We have learned and relearned what it means to know and grow ourselves, or grow and know ourselves. This is I'm hearing surrendering. Let's see. What is this card in tarot? What is it called? I was almost there. Judgment. Thank you. Can I have a clarifier for judgment? 5 of bells. Bells is swords. 5 of swords. I do feel like I do not really need to call up specifics for this one. It's more like 5 of bells is more like a never-ending kind of argument with a desire to win. So let's see. Maybe you've been comparing yourself with others or with other stories, and now you kind of feel like you're closing in onto within like the desire or the understanding that you do not really need to compete with yourself, or that you really do not need to compete with other people's opinions about you, as if you need to prove them that you are worthy of something. So I feel like there is a certain amount of like self-acceptance and self-love that has to do with your own growth. And I feel like you may be afraid that you're not doing enough. So, no, don't fall on the floor. I hate it when my cards do that. I said it. I hate that. I hate that they fall on the floor. Okay. Expansion, change, and vision. So, okay. What does your soul family want you to know? Can I have a clarifier for regret? We have the shadow, which is the devil, and mostly the shadow indeed. So it could be that you are regretting that you are making decisions based on something that you want but not necessarily really need, or something that you tried, or you made yourself bound to a certain expectation of how you should be. And I feel like there's a certain regret because you feel as if like you do not want to go the same path that you used to go before, and I really get that. And there's like this desire to really move past like the illusions of something. And I feel like there is actually a balance because you do understand that there is both the highs and the lows, but what are you like really, like what is really, what is the right question? What does your soul family want you to know right now? And we're going to get into some advice as well, so we're not done yet. What does your soul family want you to know? We have the Diviner, which came out 2 times before, even fell on the floor, but I don't take the cards that I'm not asking anything about. The Diviner, which I think is either, let me see, I think it's the High Priestess. Intuition, receiving, listening, divination, connection to the self. I feel like the message from your, I heard spirit guide team and also your soul family team is to really stop listening to the thoughts that make you feel as if you are worthless, that make you feel as if you are not doing enough, that make you feel as if you are not worthy of what you are looking, what you feel and what you're seeing in front of you. Like the luminous kind of, the luminous, no, it's numinous, the luminous kind of feeling that you're getting from a certain thing that's happening in the present. I feel like what you need to know is that the kind of sticky, wanting to hold on kind of vibe is coming from a sort of shadow that feels as if, a shadow part in you that feels as if they are not worthy, or as if people are just going to leave after they brought it in and something like that. So, or as if something comes into your life and you're very happy about it and you're kind of feeling like, yeah, it's gonna go down in flames in just a few days or seconds or whatever. What do you need to know about that? What do you need to hear when it comes to that? Creator of candles. What is the creator? I'm looking for that. Okay. Creators are the queens. With whom does my dream manifest? What? Okay, so Queen of Candles, which is like, I have a little bit of an issue with that card, if I'm being honest. Let's see what we can find about the Queen of Wands. Why are we at homes? Oh, right. Okay, I need to be at the beginning. Sorry, this deck works a little differently. It starts off with the court cards, and then it goes into the, 1 to 10. Let's see. Okay. At a stage in their passion where sharing their self at their work inspires others to embark on similar journeys. This creator can create communities with their personality or with their physical things that make art, comics, books, gadgets, toys, videos, etc. Places where people can come together and share their love and similar interest. When this card appears, it shows you or someone else in your life at the center of such a community, connecting with others and inviting them to join in your circle. From the large candle at the center, many smaller ones have been made from the first of love and inspiration. So I feel like maybe you have been starting to really feel more connected to your soul family, and maybe you finally met your soul family, or a soulmate. Like soulmates is not necessarily just romantic, and I feel like you're maybe questioning, like, is this actually gonna end like really soon, or is this like gonna stay? So you're kind of sticking to it. And I feel like there is some advice to really listen to what feels right, and not try to push yourself to the limit to be the best you can be, to please others and to make them stay. I feel like you're the one who's actually ruling the party, if that makes any sense. You're the one who's actually making them want to stay without even needing to be very attached or wanting to really try and be the best or that you can be, like, because people are actually staying with you because you are you. I feel like you really need to stop worrying. I mean, it's easier said than done, but there's this desire from your soul family. Like, they really want you to know that they love you and desire you, okay, for who you are and what you are. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. So if you are able to really connect more with yourself and understand that you are a beautiful and amazing person, and your soul family will never leave you like that, like, to understand that, like, sometimes people leave someone's life because they were meant to be there for like a season or whatever, but some people are meant to stay, and you are worrying right now whether these people will also leave your life. Last advice and messages for group 4. I hope I said group 4 at the beginning of the reading. Anyway, joy is the ultimate creator, and I feel like you are the ultimate. You like ultimately joy for other people and for your soul family if you've already met them. And I feel like you have. For most of you, you already have. And if you have not, then you will meet them either very soon, or you'll meet them soon enough. And they will love you and accept you for who you are, and they will stay with you without needing to ask them. Just go about your day and do your thing, and do not worry too much about what they will think, and then it will go just fine. So what last advice and messages do you need to hear? Don't fall, please. Don't fall. Okay. So with the B, with the universe is a place of abundance. You are being cared for. And we also have this card, Falcon, with dream big. You can achieve anything. Even if you feel like things are not gonna stay, like, if you're gonna keep worrying about it, you're gonna miss out on all the things that the universe has planned for you, and your soul family has to give you, as like all that joy and beauty. Choice. By staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice. A sort of kind of road trip or something could be significant, like to a certain country that you really vibe with, or that really has you feeling a little bit differently, but it feels great just the same, or it feels amazing anyways. Stuttering over my words. No, not stuttering. There could be something about like online friends or something that has you scared that they will like either be not like good for you, or as if they are not really your soul family. Like, you are really a precious gem to be around with, honestly. Like, people will, like, you desire so much for you to be social and have fun with others, like to be enjoying your time with others, and just be yourself and be your wild self without needing to cut down your wings, you know. Okay, any last advice and messages for group 4? Strength. You are being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong. A positive outcome is assured. Like, I don't need to say anything else with that, right? Ascension. Ascension. Your soul is evolving to higher states of consciousness. You're ready for this. Okay. Last advice and messages for group 4. All is well. I don't know if you can read it very well, but I can, and I just said the card says all is well. Hey, the color really vibes with the card underneath. Last advice and messages. Whoa, okay. I allow my story to unfold. And I motivate myself to push through any discomfort in the pursuit of expansion and growth. We have expansion coming through again. And now to a last message that could be very specific or significant. Anything else that you need to hear, any kind of last advice or something that you need to be aware of. Last advice message. Okay. I forgive myself for overindulging in an attempt to decrease my discomfort and placade. How do you pronounce that? Placade. I don't know how to pronounce that. Placate my impatience. I choose to believe that discomfort is a sign that the growth I have been striving for is underway, and I am exactly where I need to be. Well, whatever. So, felt a little bit uncomfortable with the layout, but anyway. So, group 4, that's all I have for you. I'm struggling talking. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you in advance for the ones liking, commenting, subscribing, and showing me your kindness and support. I'm sending you so much love and joy, and I hope to see you back soon.